Ladies and gentlemen, Lightmaps. Let's learn everything about it. I will be doing at the end of the video a light map for this SpongeBob map. I'll go through with you guys. But to save time and learn the most of it, I have chosen a smaller map. And I'll be closing this SpongeBob for now, as in the menu here will not keep displaying the items, and it's just easier for us. Okay, and here I want to try a few things. So Lightmaps, it's a very complex topic in this Browedit, okay? So let's go to high mode first of all, and here I will create so I want to raise walls, build walls here, and I want to create this first, okay? And now I want to go to this one, and also create one here. I also wonder if I invert what happens. So yes, I have the underwater. And I also want to make like underwater here. Okay. Amazing. Let me see what else I can do. Let's do a third one, which this one connects there. Okay. And that's pretty cool. Okay. With this, we can already test a bunch of things. Let's also go to object mode and add something random. For example, this looks a pretty cool little object. So let's put this here. And let's pick something like bigger. So this is a cave. Let me find some other object here. That's a tree. Let's pick a tree as well. Okay. And that looks pretty cool. And a small one. So this flower is actually floating. Okay. Okay, we have these items. So I would like to have a smaller one. Okay, I guess this is good. This is a pretty cool egg flower. Very nice. What is this? Is this a pouring? Nice little pouring. Okay, we have enough objects here to try. I will rotate this a little bit, like that. Okay. Amazing. So now I don't want to be selecting any object. So let me save this and open it again. So file, open, and speedrun. Okay. So now we are not selecting any objects. And I want to go to light edit mode. And for that, you need to go under object edit. Okay. In object edit, you click on your map name, so data, your map name RSW. And right here, you see already some settings for the light. So now is by default 45 by 45. Pay attention when I click and drag this number. You can see the light direction is changing. Okay. And let's set back to 45. And now we try the second one. You can see the light direction is also changing. Can make some very nice maps with this. Okay. And we set back to 45 for now. The intensity, you can see that you can make either brighter or darker. But I recommend you keep a very small number, like that. And we also have this, which didn't change anything. I'll keep by default 0.5. And we have our diffuse colors, which the first one is set to pure white, and then the second one is set to hash CCC, and is a gray color. So let's just play with this for a moment. If I change this, you can see that I can actually make the map look pretty cool like this. See that? And I set back to white for now. And the ambient light, it changed the color from our 3D object, which is really powerful and really nice. And you can make, like everything looks so creepy, or you can go less saturate, which is cool as well. And that will be very nice matching here. See that? So now, by the way, this pouring didn't got affected. I'm not sure really why. And we are going to set this back to the way it is, and this was hash CCC, see? Okay. And now back to default. Everything else, I think it's good. So this was set to 3. Water type. The water type I want to change to, I don't remember what type was it. Let me see. 2. Yeah, number 2. So I set to this water type. Okay. And for now, I'll just save again. Save. And we can start to play with the lights, and let me make sure here. So the intensity is very low right now, and that's better. Let's go to our lights. So when you are in object mode in your map, you go down here and you have effects and sounds, and you also have light. When you click in light, you have sun and you have default JSON. Let's start with the sun. I'll raise the sun here, and I will just try to calculate map with the sun only to see what happens. So if I click Ctrl L, I'll choose the quality to 1. Once you like the way your light map looks, you can go and increase the intensity. Like 2 already looks really good. And for example, for Prontera, it might take 30 minutes to 2 hours depending on your computer power and a lot of things. So in this small map, I believe it will be faster, and as higher the quality is, as longer it will take to render that light map. So there are set to shadows, and everything here just leave as default and light map. And you can see it's already calculating our light. This is how it looks by only having our sun. Okay, you can see sun.json. Also, you can come here and there is a way to calculate light map here. And you can see the shortcut, Ctrl L. That's what I use to calculate it. Now we go to this default.json and let's play with it, okay? So default.json has something called range, when the sun doesn't have. So let's go to this and increase our range. You can see that. And we increase our range, let's say until here first. Let's press Ctrl L and light map again. You can see that already become a little brighter comparing to before. Okay, so if I increase the intensity and now Ctrl L again, let's see what happens. I have the feeling that in the center is brighter, and I want to actually lower the range. Go down here. Let's see what happens when I calculate again with an even higher intensity. Now you can see that it's really a little brighter in the center and darker around here. Okay, so for now I'm going to create a color light and I will paste it right here. Okay, and also there is the range which we need to increase, and this one I'll try to change the color as well. By default it was black, and I want to see what happens when I change the color. Oh, and this is the sun. Okay, let's go here and also change the color of this. I believe this will be similar to our color maps, color lights here. So let's just calculate to see what's happening right now. So now displaying the blue light here, the red light from the sun, and also the green light that blend with this. Our sun default color, which I forgot, so I will just bring back our sun. But before, what about calculating this without the sun? You can see that also looks very nice. I really like this. Now I want to, for example, just have this blue light here. Okay, so the blue light, I will keep one here, and then I'll Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then I'll have another one. The second one, I want it to be underwater, just to see what happens when I calculate it. Like that. Okay, one is in the corner and one is underwater. We could actually bring this to this side, and that's above the water. Okay, let's calculate this as well. You can see that gives a very cool effect in here. I like this, looks really beautiful. I like that. And when you're up, you can see that actually I don't see any change inside here. Slightly change inside the water, but not as this one. And if I come here and increase the intensity, Let's see what happens. So the intensity, and we could make this even brighter. Okay, that's cool. Let's calculate that again. Now you can see this looks like a swimming pool in the night, and this is extremely beautiful, guys. Imagine, like, I'm already imagining like a lot of options that could be made with this, and just make like really outstanding, really nice. Now I want to actually move this near the objects to see what happens. And let's just calculate again. You can see that it's creating the shadow as well where I am near. And by the way, if you just made your map and you haven't saved it, you're testing light, you need to save it first, open Browedit again. Therefore, the light map calculation will work. That's a glitch I find out the other day. Okay, this is cool. And it's creating shadow just like that. Let me see what else. And right now we can bring back our sun. Okay, so sun doesn't have a range because we will actually take everything in the map. And let's calculate that again. You can see that if I move this light away, this shadow that is being casted by this light also disappear. So now I can calculate. And that shadow, it's gone right there. Okay, that's cool. So there are three different colors here. They're just presets. However, by the end of the day, they are the same type of lights. Nothing changed between them except the colors. And now you can start to understand what's going on here. Let's pick a less bright color. And this is too saturated right now. So let's go with some orange type of color here. Okay, and now this is a bit orange. You can see when I change here, our range, here the range also changes. Okay, let's learn everything we can do with this. So now I don't want this blue light, I just want this light right here and the sun. Okay. Right here we have light fall off. So I will duplicate this right here on the second height here. And the first one, I'm going to change the light fall off. So fall off style, I can pick this spin line, and now I can add points here, and let's make one like this. Okay, and let's calculate this to have a look what happens. You can see that turn out really small range, and this one, which is the same light, became like that. So now if I bring up here, and press Ctrl L to calculate the map again, the light map, you can see that the range has changed. And now if I bring it up and also bring the range higher and calculate again, let's see what happens. You can see the shadow of this is not getting that light. So let's lower the range again. That's too bright. And let's play a little bit more with the light fall off. I have in the center here, here, and here. These go up and these go down. And now I'll calculate the light again. You can see that looks pretty cool. And now if I actually change to the way around, let's see what happens. You see that softened a bit here, but here's very bright. Let's see what happens if I do actually this. And we could actually lower the intensity, to be honest. Now create a sort of no light right there. And the intensity is obviously too high. So let's just keep to the default one and check again what happens. And now you can see that the yellow has changed. And let's just get crazy about it and try different settings here. That's very interesting. If I move away here, let's see what happens. That's really, really interesting, guys. So you can see how many options we have. So we have fall off styles. Linear tweak, let's try that. Okay, and let's try the next one, which is magic. And doesn't actually appear anything. So I'm not sure if that's like a random calculation every single time. So magic, I'm not sure. So we set to this first. Okay, give shadows. So if I remove that, will not give shadow to the object. And effect shadow maps. Let's remove that to see the difference. You can see there is something appear like a red color. So let's increase the intensity to see if that become more obvious. I quite like this style of without this, looks really cool, like a glitch. And now effect color map. Let's try that option. I can see it slightly change. So I believe it's just become like a light without the color. And terrain shadows. Let's try that. I believe it's just the shadow from this terrain. And now you can see that it didn't make this shadow, which is really cool. So if I duplicate this light right now and I have a light here, let's see what happens. You see that? It's pretty cool. So if I return to the swimming pool, that also look really nice. Right, I delete that one. Let's see if there are something else to show here. Yes, there it is. So here's the sun, and here is light direction. Follow RSW light direction. So now you can see that this is checked. If you will return to our map, and there is the longitude and latitude. Okay. So longitude, let me see if I can explain this properly. So now the light is coming from this way. You cannot see it, but it's from this way to this way. How do I know? Because here is casting shadow, and here it's just brighter. Let me change this a little bit. Yeah, this is more proper. Let me see. Yeah, about there. So I know that this is dark, so the light is like probably coming from this way to this way right now. And if I calculate the light map, you can see that the shadow, I can see the shadow actually and tell you. Yeah, so the light is actually from this way to this way. I can see by this. I want to make this sun intensity higher, so I can actually preview better the light, the shadows. There's actually not much of change. Um, so light map ambient. Let's try it one more time. Set this to default. Now I want to actually delete this and delete this for now. Calculate again. Okay, now we know that the light is coming from here to there. But let's say I want the shadow to turn to the other angle. So I can click on the sun and I can set the direction of the shadows. Let's try this. Now I can see that the shadow changed, but it's not proper as it doesn't correspond to the naturality of the map lights, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, how the shadows can possibly be going this way when this part of the wall is darker? So it's just not proper. I need some water. Okay. So you can see that you can control the light differently than that, but I will remain by default. Now let's try something. We are almost done with this. Let's change a little bit of this. Diffuse. I would like to keep a little bit blue or yellow, very light, and the ambient a tiny bit blue. So you can see this setup, or even the way around, will actually give a nice contrast between the 3D models and the overall map. So let's switch this. For example, I want this to be a little bit blue and this to be a little bit yellow. It gives a feeling of sunset. If you go more orangish here, it really feels like a sunset. But I do prefer the way around, like a little bit orange this way, and here blue. I like this better. I think this is nice. And if you calculate line map again, you can see that everything looks much more proper right now. You can see that's following the proper direction of the light and giving proper shadows. And I guess I have covered the most important things about lights. I will just have a look if I miss anything. Sun, enable. Use diffuse factor, sun, point, spot. Let's try the point here to see if there is a difference. So this is what happened with the point, and this is what happened with the spot. And you should really go to the sun. And that works just properly. I'm not sure if we pick a color light and change this to spots, what that will do. So that really didn't change. So I'm not sure what the spot means. And if I change to sun, I'm not sure we can have two suns in the map. But let's see what that does. So that is really, really intense color right now. If I give a color to these as well, I'm not really sure what would happen. Let's just test it out. Yeah, everything go crazy. Cannot really see anything in here. But if I just choose to be one sun again, let's try that. So maybe this is just too bright. But yeah, I think this works better. And the sun should always be like black, or let's try something like this to see what happens. Yeah, that's pretty cool as well. And you can see is infinity possibilities to make your light maps. Now I want to calculate our SpongeBob map, and soon I'll be making available for free. So after the light map tutorial, I have a mini map tutorial and the camera. However, after the mini map, I'm already uploading this very cool map for you guys for free. So now we actually don't need this, but I'll save it and I'll open our SpongeBob map. So here's SpongeBob. And this is a very, very crazy map, guys. So I'm going to save SpongeBob. It's already saved. So actually what I'm going to do, I want to open my my folder right here. These are my Browedit tutorials. Let me go to my folder and I want to make a backup from my map, of course. So client, data, I can show you that. So here's SpongeBob. Okay, this will be a backup. And I already have a backup here. So I'll make a second backup. SpongeBob backup 2. Okay. And I save it right there. So now we are really safe if in game happened anything weird, right? Let's go ahead and so basically, let me show you about this board right here. In game, this board will be showing in this area, okay? So what I want to do is I'm gonna bring this 3D right here just to calculate the light maps, and afterwards I'm going to return to that exact same location. So I need to save these informations first. So what I usually do is I use the cut tool or the snipping tool, and I create a new one here and I will snip this information, okay? So I know the exactly position of this 3D model. Once I save that position, I can actually bring here and try to match with our gets. So we go F5 is for get and F3 is for object, okay? So we are almost there. I need to bring a little bit more here and a little bit more here. And I believe somewhere about here will do. Okay? Just like that. So now I can calculate it, this light map. Let's start playing with the diffuse. So diffuse I made a little blue and the ambient I made a little yellow. And I quite like the way it goes. It really feels like underwater with those effects that I have set up. Now I believe it's just really about the light setup. And this will be really, really crazy because this map is really big and will take quite some time to render the maps. So here are some lamps. Okay, I have some lamps here. And I'm going to try to match the location of these boards. Okay, so if I go top view, I can see that it looks pretty okay. So first of all, let's bring the range. So the range just slightly touching the floor here, and the color, of course, yellow, but not too not too saturated the color. I think this will be okay. And now I can copy and paste and bring to, I'm not sure if I can snip, no. So I need to manually set up these three ones and Ctrl V, and then there's one more. The intensity of the light, so it's just slightly touching the floor, and I want it to create shadows. Okay. I think this is cool. And now I'm going to create a sun. So here's the sun. The sun, I'll just leave about the center. It doesn't really matter where, as he follow the RSW direction light. Okay, so there's the sun. Okay, just leave about there. And what else we would like to do? On this boat, I would like to create a green colored light map. It's like it's casting here, perhaps from below the boat. It's casting some light. Okay. Let's try to leave this in the center as possible. Just like that. Yeah, I think this is okay. And then increase our range, just to take about the boat here. And the intensity, I think I should lower the intensity of these ones to 0.5. As well as here. Otherwise it will be too bright. So here I'll bring it slightly upper. Let's change the intensity of all of these. 5, 5, 5. Okay. Let's see what else I can do. I think we could cast here something. I'm not sure. We could play with like some blue lights. Intensity. Let's put 0.7. And I remember I believe it was this without this one. And I'll create a kind of purple light, and then I'll Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Also, I forgot to change the range. So let's increase this range. Okay. And I don't want this to cast shadows. So do not give shadows. As well, the other one, do not give shadow. So let's change the range. And do not give shadow. Okay. So the only thing will give shadow is this light and those lights right here, and the sun. Okay, so now we have this here, and I want to copy and paste, but this time I want to change a little bit the color of this one. So let's say more blue, and also the range a little bigger, and same output right here. Also the intensity change a little bit, so we can play with different intensities. I would like to have yellow light about here. Change the intensity. Perhaps I'm not giving shadow to this as well. So here I will affect color map, and the range goes like this. And let's not give shadow to this. Or actually, I'll try a shadow. I think this is it. It's normal to give a shadow right here. And we could have around the city, we could also have like a yellow light, which gives a feeling of the city is alive. And smaller range a little bit. I like to include all of this. Oh, I'll put 0.4 on this one for the intensity. And then the range, increase a little bit here. Okay. There's the bus. I could cast a little light here. I'm not so sure. Here's the beach. I think in the beach area we could also add this light and less range. Okay, smaller range. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm looking forward to see what will happen in this map. Okay. Around their houses, I'm not sure, maybe I'll just give a feeling of color, light. So here we have this light. I'll just bring here and change a little bit to a different kind of blue. Like this. And then also the intensity smaller but bigger range. Okay. I also want to turn off this effect color map. No. The range shadows. Actually, I do need effective color mapping all the lights. So let's find all the lights here. Okay. green. Where is the green light? Yes. This one do not give shadow as well. Okay. Um, so now I'll try to make a darker blue right here. And that will be a cool mix of water, lights. Um, okay. So also we have the light, we have the default light, which I'm thinking if I should give shadow or not. So I believe the shadow should only come from the sun. So this I'm not going to give shadow, and I'll increase the intensity, the range. Is that the maximum range? No. So about this, the intensity I'll just put 0.3, and I'll give also a feeling of dark purple. And now we're going to combine all this to see if we can create some nice, let me save this first, some nice effects on this map. I'm really not sure how this is going to work at the end, but I think we'll take some time to calculate the first map light here. Let's just try it, okay? And I will come back with the results very soon. All right, we have calculated the map, the light maps here, and I quite like how it looks. Let's see, I like this. Here has a little problem, but I don't think I can change this. I don't think I can ignore this object of receiving light. Let me see, let me see. Yeah, so I guess we'll have to be like this. Um, the lights here, it just played in a weird way. So I could lower this and calculate again. Let me see. Here also a little bit weird. Overall, I like it. I think when you see in game, it looks quite nice. And that's pretty cool. I will leave like this. If you guys want to improve, you can come here and improve it. But I'm happy with the result right here. Okay. If you want to calculate, you can increase here so it will become less pixelated, the shadows, but for now I'll just leave like this. Alright, so that will do for now. I will return this to the proper position. So let me check on my snip. So it was in 589.826, and here was 0, and here was minus 742.448, and that's okay. Yeah, that's okay for now. So now I can save this and test in game. But first, I'll save this, and in the next tutorial we are making the mini map for this map, and I'm good to upload this for free for you guys. So now I close here. Let me make sure the numbers are good. Yes, everything seems alright. Okay, so I file save, and we have this map ready. I think it looks really cute in game. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you on the next one, which is mini maps. And we are almost done with all this. To end up, we only need to cinematic mode, and Browedit course is done, as it's still missing some features. I don't know what is this toggle object window, but that's pretty much it for now. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.